Okay, I'm having a hard time figuring some stuff out on this old MF202 Massey Ferguson work bowl here. So maybe this might help someone else who's also having some problems. As you can see, it's got the 212 backhoe there and what I think is an MF200 loader. I'm not 100% sure on that. There's no plate on it, but my parts tractor has the same loader and it does have the number plate on it, and it says that it's 200. Not that that actually helped me at all. So what I'm running into here is I want to change the hydraulic filter and the strainer. So this sits in here like that, and of course my fluid was terribly bad and these filters are totally gummed up. But what I'm confused about here is, look, this is the return line, I believe. Fills this up with the fluid, goes through the strainer, gets sucked through the filter through this pipe with, with the cover on. It's got the bolt in it. It goes through, gets sucked into the pump from the bottom. Now, when I pull this out, this thing's obviously completely nasty. And then you pull out the strainer. But what really has got me confused here is that the strainer sits, it's going to be hard to show you, but the strainer sits on a ridge that's lower. So the filter sits on this lip here. This golden, looks brazed, looks like it's been repaired at some point. So the filter sits on that lip, and there's small diameter holes in this tube. But the strainer sits down a bit farther, and in the fatter part, right, the filter sits up here, strainer sits down here, and in this fat part here that the strainer sits over, there's also holes. So it confuses me as to how the filter would function. As you put the filter on there, and when it tries to suck through all that, I would assume that the filter would cause a restriction, as well as it having smaller holes, and then it would just draw fluid out of the bottom from the fat holes. So I'm not quite sure how that filter works, and my research, I've identified what filter I'm going to use. It looks like it's going to be a Wix filter, a 51010. Which oddly to me is the same as the engine oil filter. This old one's like a ball of yarn style. But yeah, it has a smaller diameter center hole there so it can fit over that shaft. And yeah, the strainer has a bigger hole to fit over that other bit there. So what I'm wondering is, because that strainer is completely destroyed, it's all broken and mangled, is the new style filter, I don't think you need the strainer with, but if the new filter just sits on here like this, like so, right, and then this fills up with fluid, won't it just suck in the holes that are underneath the filter, therefore basically bypassing the filter? So I'm hoping somebody on YouTube might know the answer to this question. I wish a guy like Bundy Bear has a video on this, but he doesn't, at least not yet. And anyway, I'm going to stop putting that thing in there. It's mucky, and I don't want to clean out more crap out of there than I have to later. So if I do come up with a solution, I'll let you know, but it looks like so far I might have to go to the dealer and get the strainer, because I don't want it to suck fluid out of those big holes in the bottom. That would just be unfiltered without the strainer. The strainer's better than nothing. I mean, I'd rather have it go through a proper filter. But anyway, if someone knows, please let me know what the deal is with this. I actually found the parts diagram for this reservoir, this suction reservoir filter doohickey under 202 workable forklift, which I find kind of odd because I don't have a 202 forklift. But, you know, things were done, who knows? I mean, this could be pulled out of something else and slapped in here. I mean, I'm definitely not the original owner of this bad boy. Anyway, someone help, please.